Since the merger of PSA and FCA, the resulting company, now called Stellantis, needs to find niches for 14 brands. Each of the marques has been given time to find a corner of the market and establish itself as worthy of remaining in the family. Among the brands are Fiat and Peugeot, which date back to the 19th century, along with Jeep and DS, which are far more recent additions to the industry. In the middle is Dodge, that was a staple of the American market just a couple decades ago, but once the truck lineup was split off as Ram, it was left to find its own way. Starting with the brand's muscle image of the 1960s, Dodge focused on performance. After the demise of the Grand Caravan minivan, the brand was left with 2 cars and an SUV, all offered with the brutal power of a Hemi V8, but even that's a tough lineup to maintain. So Dodge is looking at other avenues related to performance, including the Hornet. While new to Dodge, the Hornet has a long history in the Stellantis family. Prior to its purchase by Chrysler Corporation, American Motors used the Hornet name for its line of family cars from 1970 through 1977. Starting before AMC was established, the Hudson brand named its mainstream model Hornet from 1951 through 1957 and campaigned the model successfully on the NASCAR circuit. Dodge named a B-segment concept car Hornet in 2006 with the possibility of it reaching production. However, the small car's chances evaporated after the company's bankruptcy in 2009. Introduced in 2003, the production Dodge Hornet is a compact crossover. Fitting in with the Dodge performance image, the Hornet offers buyers a gateway into the brand with its starting price of about $30,000 for the GT model. Our test vehicle was the up-level RT model, however all models offer standard all-wheel drive. Imported from Italy, the Hornet shares much of its development with the Alfa Romeo Tonale. All models feature a double overhead cam turbocharged 4-cylinder. While the GT sports a 268 horsepower 2-liter Hurricane engine and 9-speed automatic, the RT ups the performance with a 288 horsepower driveline. The smaller 1.3-liter engine combines with a 6-speed automatic transmission and a plug-in hybrid drivetrain to get more power through all 4 tires and 18-inch wheels. The mild hybrid setup on the front wheels is enhanced by electric drive on the rear axle. This combination results in a claimed 0 to 60 time of 7.1 seconds in normal mode, but only 5.6 seconds using PowerShot, which temporarily adds another 30 horsepower. Fuel economy for the GT is rated at 21 miles per gallon city, 29 highway, and 24 combined. Dodge kitted up the interior to reflect the car's sporty intentions. The instrument panel is aimed toward the driver and includes a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster with an additional 12.25-inch center display that houses the Android-based Uconnect 5 infotainment system. Sporty Alcantara bucket seats hold the driver and front passenger firmly in place. Keeping the Hornet on the road, the suspension features Koni selective dampening shocks. For shore stops, Brembo brakes, including 4-piston calipers up front, are standard. The brake-by-wire system is designed to adapt to driving conditions. The $2,595 track pack enhances the driving experience by allowing the driver to change suspension settings from the driver's seat. The track pack also includes 20-inch wheels, black seats with red accents, red painted brake calipers, and a sport steering wheel. In hopes that the Hornet will bring in new buyers to the Dodge fold, the new model has been given a list of accessories in which owners can personalize their vehicle. On the show circuit, Dodge promoted these aftermarket parts with a concept named GLH, which is a throwback to the Dodge Omni GLH model of the 1980s. Like the namesake, the touring concept offered performance-oriented suspension, tuned exhaust, black paint with red trim, and the GLH graphics. A solid vehicle, the Hornet is fun to drive. The suspension is firm, however there is a considerable amount of understeer as the nose-heavy crossover tucks under when the steering is pulled quickly. In a straight line, the power from the tiny engine and hybrid drivetrain shows up in huge amounts as the Hornet scoots down the road at a surprising rate. Drivers select between distinct hybrid, electric, and e-save modes. Hybrid optimizes fuel economy by using the electric drive in the most efficient possible ways and switches between ICE and electric very subtly without disturbing the passengers or driver. E-save provides charge for the battery while driving normally. While electric mode claims up to 32 emissions-free miles, a heavy foot in this mode will drain the battery very quickly. Selecting the Sport button adds a visceral tailpipe growl as it optimizes throttle response, suspension, and transmission for performance driving while adding an optional PowerShot feature boosting power by 30 horsepower. In an attempt to measure the all-electric mode, the Hornet was driven to the store, about 15 miles, without using a drop of gas and, reporting 11 miles left on the battery, automatically shifted into hybrid mode in case the engine was needed, which it was not. While the arrival at Costco was gas-free, the store's lack of chargers required the engine to kick in to make the return drive. Inside, high-quality materials are pleasant anywhere the hand naturally falls. Soft-touch dash pad creates a high-end experience that is largely overlooked on entry-level models. Supportive seats hold the driver and passenger snugly and comfortably, but the power seat does not operate with the vehicle turned off, which can be an issue when the drivers of different sizes swap seats. Now in its 5th generation, the Uconnect system is far superior to the earliest editions. Relatively trouble-free connection through Android Auto provides easy navigation or entertainment, as well as seamless phone use. Issues popped up while attempting to change stations on the SiriusXM app, where selecting a channel on a less-than-glass smooth road resulted in page flips instead, on multiple tries. Virtual control of the phone apps works very well. Directions through the phone map is clear and easy to use through the on-screen buttons or voice commands. Using the phone in Uconnect 5 has improved over the prior versions of the software, which could be annoying and time-consuming. With so much real estate to be covered on the screen, a lack of a clock, tiny and located in the corner of the instrument cluster, was confounding. Still some improvements to be made, but a good system for most applications. The digital instrument cluster offers plenty of information and selectable pages to cater to the needs of all kinds of drivers. A significant delay between pushing a button and seeing the resultant change was initially quite frustrating, but settled in as just annoying. HVAC controls are available through the infotainment screen or through piano keys located below the screen. Toggling individual temperatures requires nothing more than the touch of a finger. Controlling the heated seats needs a single page flip on the screen and selection of the button. Behind the second row of seats, the cargo area is sizable for a compact crossover. With the rear seats up, there's 22.9 cubic feet of space with more under the floor. Pop the rear seats down and that space expands by almost 27 cubic feet more. While the Honda CR-V and Toyota RAV4 are larger inside, they're also longer and taller outside and far less sporty to drive. Larger than a Subaru Crosstrek and Kia Niro, but smaller than a RAV4 or Chevrolet Equinox, the Dodge Hornet fits into a niche occupied by the Chevy Trax, Mazda CX-5, and Honda HR-V. The Hornet is priced higher than the competitively sized trio, however it does come with a number of benefits that could be worthy of the extra money. Models in this segment are typically targeting younger buyers looking for roomy yet economical transportation. Hornet buyers should skew more towards the active drivers looking to enjoy the active driving, not just the sights along the trip. Performance is better than the rivals, and it is the only one of the four that offers a PHEV option, which improves both efficiency and the performance. With Dodge primarily focused as a North American brand and the first generation Hornet only produced in Italy, it would make sense to produce this model in the region where it's sold. If the Hornet becomes a hit, the next generation model should move to the Stella Medium platform and could share assembly lines with the new Jeep Compass in Canada. Not only will this lower cost by building where you sell, but it will better fill the underutilized plant in Brampton. Sales of 5,000 units a quarter, or around 20,000 units a year, is a nice start, but getting that number closer to 50,000 units would make a better case for keeping it around. For more detailed information on this and everything going on in the automotive industry, check out the AutoForecast Monthly. I'm Sam Fiorani.